I murdered my mother! I murdered my mother! I murdered my mother!
A woman in Florida contacts a coworker in the dead of night, pleading for assistance. Upon his arrival at her home, she discloses a shocking truth and instructs him to call emergency services. In under an hour, law enforcement uncovers a brutal reality within the woman's garage, confronting one of the most savage crime scenes one could fathom. I am the devil. I am the devil. I am the devil. I am the devil. The forthcoming account is constructed from official police documentation, and the accompanying footage is being presented for the first time. The tableau discovered by officers inside a Royal Palm Beach, Florida residence on March 16, 2018, is one of pure horror. Blood spatter extends from the entryway into the kitchen, through the laundry room, and even climbs the walls. Yet it is within the garage that authorities encounter the true nightmare. A woman's body, mutilated beyond recognition, her eyes excised from her head. While these images are certain to remain indelibly etched in the memory of every law enforcement official present, one detail may persist longer than the others. The woman's eyeballs placed deliberately atop a Little Caesars pizza box, positioned directly over the cartoon logo's own eyes. However, the initial indications of distress did not originate from this unspeakably gory police walkthrough. They emerged hours earlier, when a 32-year-old woman named Camille Baya began transmitting unusual text messages to Kenneth, her manager at work. At 10:24, one message stated, "I have my big wings now. I have a story you can tell for centuries." Kenneth's phone records show the first text from Camille arrived at 10:08 p.m., featuring an angel emoji. Soon after, she sent him an image of a man giving the middle finger to a police car, accompanied by the words, "There is only one." Camille then transmits an enigmatic message reading, "I need to sleep. Can you tell the boys to keep it down up there? I require rest." This text is paired with a helicopter emoji. What is that supposed to mean? I had no clue, but the texts persisted. Camille sent a photograph depicting 3 golden statues with a caption stating, "My pendant." She then writes, "Bring it to me by order of Kang Osakan 22, and includes a picture of a city featuring a pyramid. She concludes this sequence of texts with one final ominous message. "Mom doesn't believe me, King. Can you believe her?" "You work for FedEx?" "Yes." "Okay, I am a manager here." "All right." So, what was her role? She was a courier, a career position. And a new book would be written. Was that the timing? I believe that had occurred prior to her texting me afterwards. My assumption, strictly my guess, would be that when she sent you the message about getting her wings, the act was already complete. That is my estimation. Camille also dispatched similar text messages to another FedEx manager that evening. But it was not until shortly after 1 a.m. that she phoned a coworker named Julio. Actually, I was asleep when I received a call from Camille, and she sounded as though something had occurred. She sounded, I am not certain, perhaps frantic. I am unsure if that is the precise term, but she told me, she said, "Can you come over? I need someone to speak with." And I replied, "Okay." I ended the call. I then requested she text me her address. I arrived here and I encountered her outside. I met with her outside her residence. When I saw her, she was mumbling somewhat. I could not comprehend everything she was uttering, but she was stating something about being off her medication, that her cannabis had been laced. Then she informed me that she had murdered her mother. Following directly from that horrifying confession, Julio instantly calls 911, and deputies from the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office converge on the location. They discover Camille seated on the sidewalk, and immediately observe her hands are coated in blood. She informs the responding deputies that she killed her mother and declares, "The drugs compelled me to do it." Yet it is not until they place her in handcuffs and begin escorting her to a patrol vehicle that she becomes utterly unhinged. "They my medicine, and I was weak, and I ended her life, and I ended her life. 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 So this is our mother. I am a murderer. I murdered my mother. I murdered my mother. I murdered my mother. Oh my God. Oh my God, I am the devil. 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 My mother." If Camille is unwell, an inspection inside the house may clarify the reason. The entire ground floor is adorned in blood. Inside the garage, a scene of total savagery awaits. Camille's mother, Francisca Montrobaya, lies on the floor. her face crushed, with a severe cut to her right arm and a long, broad gash down the center of her chest. There exists another deep laceration in her pubic region. The skin of her forehead has been peeled back, exposing the skull beneath. Her eyes are absent, and there is, of course, their final tragic repository situated on a pizza box, almost resembling someone's idea of a morbid jest. Investigators note cameras positioned inside and outside the dwelling, but upon checking the recordings, they find the DVR has been disconnected. The bloodstain encircling the outlet implies this was done very recently. Camille tells police she believes someone laced her marijuana with PCP or flakka, a designer drug that can induce hallucinations and violent aggression. Pardon my captain, because if she is on flakka, she requires transport. Yeah, you all should take her regardless. Initiating a brief drive. It is determined that Camille should be taken for medical evaluation, and she is decidedly displeased about it. Let us get you examined. Would you come over? Okay. Hey, just take me to jail. What is the purpose of going to the hospital? At the medical facility, her peculiar conduct continues. How old are they? I am a murderer. I am a murderer. Never mind. Let us simply proceed through this as rapidly as possible. So do not complicate it further for the doctor, which is correct. I accept how we perish. You wish to exit here and proceed over there. I could have been finished. I could have been finished. I could have resisted. I could have all. She was innocent. She was innocent. She was innocent. She was so good. She was enraged. She was the devil arrived, and I killed Camille. Can we remove the jacket so they can attend to your hand? Hey, Camille, those injuries on your legs, when did those occur? I mean, dear, did those happen tonight? Yes, naturally. Okay, naturally I did it. I did it. I did not wish to describe how I did it. Please do not force me to say how I did it. You will witness how I did it. Were you attempting to harm yourself? No. It was inside me and I reached her. It is irrelevant because I did it. It is irrelevant because I did it. It matters to me. It is irrelevant because I did not resist it. I did not resist it. I already know, okay? Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god, that was so vicious. Did you see that? I'm so sorry. I am so sorry, Mommy. I am sorry. I am sorry. Cease. The autopsy would subsequently reveal that Camille's mother died from blunt force trauma to the head and strangulation. In addition to the extensive lacerations, her nose and facial bones were fractured and multiple teeth were cracked and dislodged. Her right orbital wall had been shattered and a foreign substance, later identified as marijuana, had been forced into her brain. In an equally baffling discovery, a set of keys is located in her vagina. At the hospital on the night of the murder, Camille appears incapable of managing the haunting memory of her actions. I cannot believe I did that. Oh my god, so please sedate me. Please, I cannot think anymore. I cannot endure feeling like this. I say like 41 and I'm extract it from me. Extract it from me. Extract it from me. Extract it from me. Camille's toxicology report would later indicate the presence of THC and amphetamines in her system. And while there is no mention of flakka in the test results, one of her neighbors recalls Camille referencing it on a prior occasion. We were simply conversing, perhaps about the news that day. I do not recall precisely, but it concerned a situation that had occurred regarding someone being on flakka. And then that night as well, we thought this is so peculiar. She just admitted that she had used that, and we were all somewhat like, you experimented with that, and she said, yes, I sprinkled some on a cigarette. But while it remains ambiguous what role illicit substances may have performed in that night's massacre, the findings continue to grow increasingly strange. Inside the garage, police locate a cryptic handwritten note stating, "The gates to heaven are in your eyes. The stairway to heaven at your legs. I discovered nirvana when you tasted the fruit. I was blinded by love at first sight." At the hospital, Camille is no nearer to finding tranquility. I cannot look at myself. I cannot look at myself. I cannot look at myself. I cannot permit your voice to do that to my mother. I am a sen's boy. I love my mama. So, according to one of her mother's co-workers, however, the relationship between Francisca and Camille had become strained in recent months. I knew she was experiencing difficulties with her daughter, okay? Drugs and frequently, she did not desire to return home. We would go after work, we would go here, we would visit the restaurant, and they have, happy hour and something to consume because she did not want to go home. She did not want to go home. How long has that been occurring? I would estimate approximately a year now. Approximately a year now. Yes, yes, or more. You know, okay. And she was having trouble sleeping, and you could perceive matters were troubling her, but she would not converse with anyone. On the night of the murder, a nurse endeavors to look beyond Camille's horrific acts to offer words of solace. I am dead. It does not matter. You possess no soul anymore. No soul? No. Everyone possesses a soul. You pray and you communicate with the Lord. I desire forgiveness. I do not wish to forget. I do not want forgiveness. Sorry. You are enduring this. Because I am a monster. You are what? A monster. A monster. 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 You are a monster. Nobody is a monster. Camille, I am uncertain what you are experiencing, what you committed, but I will pray for you so we can be all right. All right. It is never going to be all right. There is nothing you can accomplish. Okay. Do not grant him the time, you know? You wish to administer some medicine so she could be somewhat more calm. Oh, we obtained some vital signs too. I have your vital signs. Do we need to relax her? Marilyn, simply prepare to depart. Prepare to depart. Where? Prison. The police prepare to transfer Camille to the detention center for booking, but the nurse has some final words. Sorry, I just encountered you. I wish I could, be here for you, but simply pray, girl. God is good, unfortunate too. We must live with the mistakes we make in life. May I give you an embrace before you leave? Oh, although she was initially charged with first-degree murder, Camille Baya ultimately pleaded guilty to manslaughter with a weapon 6 years later in November 2023. She received a sentence of 15 years in prison with credit for time already served. Francisca Montero Baya was 55 years old.